In this video, I want to talk about the new information regarding Black Ops 6 Zombies that was revealed with the interview with Xbox and Kevin Drew. I think this was a really transparent interview, and of course many people have already made videos about this, and I've already posted the full interview with just the discussion about zombies specifically, considering the fact that in this interview they talked about Gears of War as well, which is not really relevant, but I will leave a link to the full interview in this video's description. I'm not going to be playing clips from it in this video, I'm just going to be discussing my thoughts on everything that was discussed within this interview. I personally really like that Kevin Drew is involved, because throughout Black Ops Cold War Zombies, I think he was very receptive to fans, responding to people on Twitter. Eventually he ended up quitting Twitter, and I don't blame him. It's just become an absolute cesspool, and it's no wonder for people's mental health to stay on that platform, but it does suck that now we don't really have direct contact with him, but at least he is showing up in these interviews so we can get some sort of direct source between Treyarch and us, the community. Of course, we've had people like Jason Blundell in the past that acted as that voice, and now we don't have, a particular voice for zombies anymore. They don't even really particularly credit a director role, and that's probably to remove the fact that in the past people would think that all of the good things zombies would do would be credited to Jason Blundell, or all of the bad things the zombies would do would be credited to Jason Blundell, or all of the good things zombies would do would be credited to Jimmy Zielinski, or all of the bad things zombies would do would be credited to Jimmy Zielinski. You know what I mean? People wouldn't be able to differentiate that there's literally thousands of people working on these games, and whether something is good or not is up to a millennia of factors and is never down to just one person. So I think it's really unfair to blame someone anytime you don't like something, or also just praise one person in particular for things you like. There's a myriad of talent that has gone into each of these art pieces. Anyways, let's talk about the interview specifically. Kevin Drew has said that Black Ops 6 Zombies has been designed in mind to bring zombies to more people with a heavy emphasis on approachability. This is something that has been a philosophy from Cold War Zombies onward, and in fact that was Kevin Drew's task for Cold War Zombies in simplifying a lot of the design systems, and I personally think he did a good job. Now, many people have been critical of Cold War Zombies, at least Zombies players who have been playing for a while, saying it's too easy and blah blah blah, but I think that was just one game, and I think Treyarch's philosophy was successful in Cold War Zombies in bringing in so many new players, especially because that is when Warzone was booming. So many new players were coming into the Call of Duty franchise, and of course they would then try out zombies, so they need a more approachable mode that is also streamlined and in line with what the Warzone experience was offering, which is again is why Outbreak was so successful in that mode, because it's probably the most similar zombies experience to what Warzone offers, and I guess Modern Warfare 3 Zombies too. Now, before I delve into the rest of the information about Black Ops 6 Zombies revealed by Kevin Drew, I first have something awesome to share with you. Enjoy. Regarding the fact that Black Ops 6 is confirmed to require online-only play, as it utilizes mandatory texture streaming, and now's the perfect time to share with you the sponsor of this video, LagoFast, to reduce the insane lag and packet loss issues that the last couple Zombies games have had, Modern Warfare 3 and Vanguard, and seems to continue in Black Ops 6 Zombies and even the campaign too. This means you can even lag or disconnect on solo. Thankfully, LagoFast have partnered with me, who can help reduce these issues a bunch, not just for Call of Duty, but many other online games you may play too. All you need to do is check out the link in the description to try it out for free and get an enhanced gaming experience. It's super easy to then download and install their software too, and once done, their program is so simple and user-friendly. Simply search and select the game you want to play, and then click Apply Route, and boom, you are done. There's additional features such as boosting FPS, running diagnostics, and more as well. How LagoFast works is it optimizes your connection routes, stabilizing performance across more than 1,000 games. Essentially, it bypasses the network travel that many poor internet providers do to save them resources. Often you get rerouted to cities far away or other countries even, especially with skill-based matchmaking leading to high ping. Instead of taking things the long way, LagoFast takes a shortcut using the fastest route. Here you can see just how much smoother the gameplay is after using LagoFast. My ping has dropped massively. Speaking of skill-based matchmaking, for multiplayer and Warzone players, or other multiplayer games like Apex Legends, there is a feature that you can turn on too that will help you get in easier lobbies with lower KDs that bypasses skill-based matchmaking, which in turn similarly helps your connection too. How the easy lobby feature works is it allows you to change your location/IP physically during your lobby and matchmaking phases, to match with local players for less ping and also with lower KDs. It accurately identifies game traffic and processes it only during the matchmaking phase, which will not cause latency issues caused by cross-region matchmaking, which optimizes the stressfulness of some of your games as well as reducing the frame frame rate. Laggerfast supports consoles as well. You only need it open on your PC, then select Easy Lobby. After clicking to select the network server node, connect to the IP on your console to complete the settings and start your console game. So yeah, if you are ready to drastically improve your connection in games for a smoother experience, or try the new skill-based matchmaking feature, check out the link below immediately, or you can simply search for Laggerfast on Google nice and easily. Have fun. However, with the recent Zombies mode, Vanguard and Modern Warfare 3, now whilst these modes have not been well supported, these modes are definitely considerably more difficult than Cold War Zombies. They have an ease of play as well. With Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, it's a very jump in and play experience, but there is a deeper level to it as well, with the Elder Sigils, fighting the Red Worm. These are things that are very much not accessible to new players, and even the Easter eggs to re-enter the rifts are something not really that accessible to new players. And even in Vanguard Zombies, with the Easter eggs on the latter maps, Shino Numa and the Archon saw puzzle Easter eggs once again. They saw more difficult Easter eggs that don't just handheld you. And even Vanguard Zombies in general, I felt was a lot more difficult, especially going for higher rounds in comparison to Cold War Zombies. So I really do think Treyarch have been listening, and they're going to be giving us a taste for both sides. There's going to be an easier side and a more hardcore side. And I think this shows a change in Treyarch's philosophy that I think we're going to see in Black Ops 6 Zombies, where they're going to be trying to cater to both groups of players. It's going to be a very jump in and play experience. However, there is going to be a harder, deeper level over Zombies in Black Ops 6 for those hardcore players. I think that's definitely going to be the case, and I think that is showcased tremendously with the fact that Terminus has been announced as having a main crew or playing as operators, and it's been described as being a harder, more complex map, whilst we then have Liberty Falls, which is just going to be operators and has been described as an easier, more casual map. And I think this shows that Treyarch are going to be trying to cater to both groups of fans. We're going to have easier experiences and harder experiences, and maybe a diverse range of Easter eggs as well, where some are more casual and straightforward, like Cold War Zombies, some are a lot harder. Liberties might be quite easy, with Terminus being quite difficult, and I suspect there's going to be a wide range of side Easter eggs as well, with some being very easy and some being quite meticulous and difficult. So for people who are hating on this quote from Kevin Drew saying they're going to make zombies too easy again, I didn't like it in Cold War Zombies, I hope they don't do this again. Hold your horses, we haven't seen gameplay yet, we know very little about how the mode is going to work. Like I said, I think they're going to be catering to both groups of fans, and I think from round one, it's going to be a very accessible mode. I think that's definitely something Treyarch are going to be implementing, where anyone can jump in and start to grind through waves, etc. However, I think there's going to be deeper levels of the mode that are only accessible to people who have been playing for a very long time or are very good at the mode. Maybe even if you pick it up for a new time, you might just learn very quickly. So that's my take here. Please wait. Now, of course, Salvage is going to be returning. It's been shown in the trailer, and it does seem like a lot of the gameplay systems and mechanics are going to be very similar to Cold War Zombies, but Treyarch have now just split up the armor upgrade station and the weapon upgrade station into two separate things. So you're going to have the armor upgrade station, but then there's also apparently going to be a tool grinder to upgrade your weapon's rarity. But pretty much all of the system mechanics are going to be quite similar, but that doesn't mean the mode is going to be exactly like Cold War Zombies. Like I said, I think there's still going to be this darker layer to it as well. Kevin Drew has said that he wants Zombies now to be more accessible for new people to jump in and be able to experience those higher rounds as well. So I don't think high rounds are going to be particularly difficult by any means. I think everything's going to be quite streamlined in getting the wonder weapons and getting everything you need to survive like Cold War Zombies. But like I said, in terms of side Easter eggs and maybe even some of the main Easter eggs, not all of them, are going to be a deeper level for more hardcore players. And that's the big takeaway I've had from this interview. So don't be getting angry at Kevin's statement just yet until we hear more information. I've seen many people hating on Kevin Drew saying, oh, well, in the past he said the reason why the point system changed in Cold War Zombies was because when his cousin or someone was playing, I can't remember exactly who, but a younger relative was playing, he didn't really get the point system with just, you know, shooting at the legs to grind out points, and that's why they changed it massively in Cold War Zombies. But I'm sure this is only one reason for why they overhauled the point system. This is not his only reason. This was just one example he gave for the fact that they made the point system to make more sense. You know, you don't need to know these little gimmicky systems, like shooting the legs to grind out points, and then it makes all weapons just as viable in shooting zombies. You know, there's not particular weapons like SMGs that you can just spam on higher rounds to grind out a load of points. But I'm sure Treyarch did so many different things for why they adjusted the point system, and to be honest, the point system is the least of our concern. Now, some people have been speculating maybe there's going to be difficulty levels returning based on Kevin Drew's statement, so that there's something for all types of players, similar to what we had had in Black Ops 2 and we also had in Black Ops 4. I don't know if this is the case though. I felt like when we had difficulty levels in Black Ops 4, people kind of didn't really use them too much. And whilst I do think difficulty levels are a good approachability feature, I also think just the base mode should be able to cater to both groups. And maybe if they do have difficulty levels again, instead of it being, you know, 4 different levels like easy, regular, hard, and hardcore, maybe they streamline it so there's just an easier version and a harder version, and that's it. There's only 2 versions you can choose from, and both go on the leaderboards instead of it being spaced out so much like we had in Black Ops 4 Zombies. I think adding too many difficulty levels may be difficult, and it also means that Treyarch have to balance each different difficulty level, which means more time in development. So yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to just seeing 2 difficulty levels so that there's something for both groups, but honestly I would rather there just be 1 difficulty so everyone is on the same playing field no matter which version you play. Especially when it comes to recording YouTube videos and stuff like that. I mean, I would just play the easier one most of the time just because it's easier to record guides and Easter eggs and stuff like that. Even though I may actually want to be playing the harder version, it would of course make things more difficult, but that's a very niche concern. Treyarch have had so much time to develop this game though, so it does make sense that maybe they're going to go for difficulty levels again. I don't think anything in Kevin Drew's statement though really implies there's going to be difficulty levels. This is kind of just an inference people have made when he was talking about making the mode more accessible, but this is exactly what they did with Cold War Zombies as well, and they didn't add in different difficulty levels. So yeah, let me know, do you want to see difficulty levels return, and if so, how would you want to see it? Do you want to see 4 different difficulty levels, or would you rather there's just 2 so it's not overcomplicated? You either just play the easier one or the harder one, and there's no in between. Now, the other thing Kevin Drew talked about in this interview is more regarding the storyline of Black Ops 6 Zombies. Now, of course, we know that the Requiem heads have been captured by Richtofen, apprehended at the end of Cold War Zombies, and they were taken to Terminus Island, one of the launch maps. Now, we know Peck and Maya are going to break them out somehow, and we don't know where Strauss is on the map, but he will be involved in some way. But in this interview, I find it interesting because Kevin said during the time that they've been in this prison for around 5 years, they've been doing push-ups, getting jacked, etc. in preparation to get revenge on Richtofen. He mentioned how at the end of Cold War Zombies, we were left on a big cliffhanger, of course, with Richtofen being revealed as the director of Requiem, and it does seem that Kevin Drew implied that Richtofen's going to, of course, be a much more front and center integral part of the storyline in Black Ops 6 Zombies, which I'm really excited about. So I do find it interesting that they've been preparing to break free during all of this time they've been held here. It does seem like they've been getting experimented on whilst they were in this prison too. They weren't just held here, so I wonder what that was all about. I guess that's how in their old age they're able to all survive, even though the Ethereum exposure has been killing them. Now, of course, we know that they all end up dying in 1996 when they sacrificed themselves for an unknown reason at this point in time, before they would have naturally died anyways due to this high Ethereum exposure. Now, we don't know where Strauss is. He's probably going to be communicating to us on the map in some way though. Maybe he's just too far gone, he's too old, he's maybe been exposed to Ethereum too much, but we know he's going to be present in some way because he too dies in 1996. We just don't know where exactly he is or what he is up to. So this is basically all of the new information about Black Ops 6 Zombies we learn. Kevin Drew touches on other things such as the red eyes or Mob of the Dead and why they were initially introduced. I've already posted a whole video going over that, linked in this video's description. I will also leave a link to the full interview. Like I said, if you want to listen to everything else Kevin Drew discusses, he discusses some other stuff not regarding Black Ops 6 Zombies as well, such as past stuff he has worked on, and I think it's very interesting. But this is the main stuff about Black Ops 6 Zombies I wanted to touch on. With that being said, thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.